All right. Hey guys, if you are just joining me, the live has ended. We are here in Cricut headquarters in Salt Lake City, Utah to answer just a few questions that you may have about the brand new product from Cricut, Infusible Ink. I don't know about you, but I'm so excited. I feel like this may be one of the biggest launches in Cricut history. So here with me is my friend Megan. She has an Instagram account that you guys should be following. She will also be doing some Infusible Ink videos. So Megan, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I just a diehard crafter, mom of two.
What's your Instagram handle?
Oh, my Instagram. I'm so sorry. So on Instagram at lovebird_heartworks, like artworks but with your heart.
So what is your Instagram about? Like, what are some of the things you like to feature?
I love process videos.
Yeah.
Like, love them all the time. The time-lapse videos, the quick tips, tricks, all the things. So I've probably been doing those for maybe like a year and a half, and I love them.
That's great.
And I love to educate people in those 60 seconds.
Yeah.
But and I love to introduce new products. So to introduce these infusible inks,
It's perfect.
oh my
It's
gosh,
a good
I'm
match.
so excited.
So process videos will be really good with this Infusible Ink line because it is a process to learn. There is a little bit of education. So if you'll head on over to my YouTube, youtube.com/Holli Mostella, you will see two videos that I have uploaded, and those are more to come. You will see the iron, the heat press iron on, which is with the Easy Press. And let me answer just a few questions that I've seen that you guys have had. Do you need the Easy Press? Yes, you do. And I'll tell you why. Cricut goes through such a vigorous testing with all of their products that they have launched. This has been months and months and months of work, and is it years? It's been
over a year.
Over a year, a very long time of testing with this product. So with that being said, the Cricut blanks that are coming out with this, the t-shirts, can we use other t-shirts? Is it like sublimation? It's not, because with infusible inks, it is inks that are adhering into the shirt fibers, and those work perfectly with the Cricut blanks. So the things that you will want are the Infusible Ink transfer sheets. You will want the Easy Press. So if you've been waiting for it, now is the time to buy. And any of the sizes will work, Megan. You can use the small all the way up to the big, but you do want to make sure that it just covers your entire design. So I say go big or go home.
Right. Yeah. I do also want to say that you can use the first edition of the Easy Press, but the settings are different.
Right.
So because the Easy Press 2 has such higher limitations, there's a different setting. So you can use a lower setting on your Easy Press 1, but your Easy Press 2 can reach up to 385 and the 400 degrees that you would need for the coasters and things like that.
Yeah.
There's a question about, can you use a heat press?
Can you use a heat press? So Cricut's answer is going to be to go with the Easy Press, and I'll tell you why. It's for that testing. This has not been tested with the Easy Press, and as a consumer, let me absolutely take out the Cricut product educator management with this. I don't know why I said management. I'm only management at my home. But I would be afraid that it would ruin my project, ruin the transfer sheets, or ruin the polyester blend in my shirt, because you can scorch with heat presses, but the Easy Press is made to fit this perfectly. It's a perfect match. I'm not trying to sell you an Easy Press.
No.
Right?
Well, like, legit, I don't work for Cricut, and I have the Easy Presses as well as the heat press, but with the way that these infusible inks work, you don't want to shift even a little tiny bit. Like, once you start your layers, you just want to put down that pressure on the Easy Press and leave it. And
don't move. Yeah.
And you have to hold it for like 40 seconds, 60 seconds, and longer if you're using the Easy Press 1. So if you're using a heat press, some of them have the drawers, some of them shift when you pull down your clamshell, so it really
Right.
I just would really hate
and it
for you
can
guys
that
to
transfer
waste.
sheet,
Yeah, to
and
waste
ruin the entire
products,
project.
to waste blanks.
Yeah,
to
I
waste...
think to chime in here behind the camera.
Yeah, this is Carly. She is our education manager, and she has been lead on Infusible Ink.
And we also have our social education manager as well back
Hello.
here.
Yeah, so we'll answer from behind the camera because we're seeing a lot of comments about saying, well, we think we can use it with a heat press. You absolutely can use a heat press. Obviously, we recommend an easy press because we've optimized our settings, and we don't have recommended settings for every heat press out in the world.
Right.
So it'll take a little bit of consumer testing on your end.
Yeah.
Where with the easy press, we have the settings completely ready for you on cricut.com/heat guide.
Right.
So if you want to check those out and you're willing to try to make
Right.
your own settings, you can totally do that. Like they said, they're not trying to sell you on easy presses.
No,
Yeah.
not
There's
at
just
all.
1,000 brands of heat presses,
Yeah.
and there's one brand of the Easy Press, and so we know without a shadow of a doubt that will work perfectly with your project. Do we have any other questions?
Yeah, a lot of questions about, do you have to use those Cricut specific blanks? Are there other blanks on the market?
So the answer to that is we're going to say use the blanks right now because that's all we know that works.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Carly said, you are going to test on other products. You are going to test on other polyester because that's what sublimation works on. And so because sublimation works on it, it might not mean that the infusible ink will work on it because they are different materials. You are not printing from a $5,000 printer. You understand what I mean? So you're just buying the transfer sheets. It comes with the butcher paper that protects that. And so you don't have to invest in anything else like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
Really, you can use it on whatever you like, but will it have the vibrancy
Right.
and the
Right.
best
Try.
results? Right.
You can
And
try
that's-
and
you
use
know
it
what?
on anything.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what's so
And that's-
beautiful about the crafting world
Yes.
is that we make things on our own. And so
Yeah.
this is a brand new product, and all we can do is show you what we've tested
Yeah.
and what we know. But we're not saying that you cannot have creative freedom because that's what is
Right.
important to us is creative freedom.
I think that the reason why the blanks are suggested and the easy press are suggested is because with confidence, Cricut can say that these things, when all used together, will result in this product, which they can stand behind. But when you start mixing in variables and you expect the same results, you may not get those results
Yeah.
because you are using different products.
And we don't want you to be discouraged. If it doesn't work on the
Right.
t-shirt that you bought from Hobby Lobby or Michael's,
Yeah.
we absolutely know that it's going to work on
Well,
the Cricut blanks.
They're gonna buy it from Michael's because that's
Well, the gilded, the gilded shirts.
Yes.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of questions are coming in. So many people are so excited. I'm going to answer a couple because I've seen them a couple times. So the Easy Press, you can answer this, but the Easy Press 1 versus the Easy Press 2.
Yes.
A lot of people are saying, will it not be as vibrant? And I can speak to that too.
Yeah.
So the Easy Press 1 versus Easy Press 2, if you have the original Easy Press, it will transfer. You will not be able to tell a difference unless you did a side-by-side comparison. So absolutely, you can still use your Easy Press 1. The transfer will be beautiful, but obviously best results with that high temperature and less time.
Right.
The other question that we're seeing come in a lot is about, can it only be used on white material? So what about those dark colored shirts? You want to take that question?
That's
You want me
a
to handle it?
question that
Yeah.
like I
Okay,
personally had as
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
a crafter. Like I
Yeah.
always look for the loopholes and the nooks and crannies.
Yeah.
Like, can I do this and can I do this? And
So the way that the Infusible Ink transfers work is that it is an ink. So when you transfer on, I'm going to pop my face in here so you can see our
Come
shirts
on
that
in,
we're wearing. Or
Carly.
Brittany can model.
Yes.
But like you can see on my shirt here that this is an Infusible Ink transfer. So you have the pink. And the way that the ink works is that it actually infuses into the fibers, and the color is not completely opaque, where a vinyl
Right.
has a backer. So there's complete color consistency because that's laying on top of an adhesive. So if I put that on Holly's shirt, you would not see it through, right? But if you put the ink onto Holly's shirt, for example, you would see these lines through that t-shirt. So the ink is transparent So if you were to use a different colored blank, if I were to try to put this on a light blue shirt, the light blue is going to mix with that pink and give me kind of a purpley color.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
It's like trying to color on a piece of black cardstock.
Right.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Yeah.
It's not going to show up the same.
Yeah. And you guys, this is just the brand new launch of this. Who knows what Cricut is going to come up with? So, what other questions do we have?
A lot of questions about if you know the blend of material in the t-shirts, and we do print all of the blends on our t-shirts. It is a polyester blend. I don't know the exact percentages off my head, but it's a polyester blend.
I think it's a high count polyester blend too, right? Because they're super, super soft. They're really nice material. And what's so cool is that they're baby bodysuits. Thank you, baby bodysuits. There are toddler shirts and there are adult shirts all the way up to 2X.
And men's and women's.
Men's,
V-neck and scoop
there's
neck.
V-neck and scoop neck. I like the men's, and so, because I just, y'all know me. But anyway, I do like, there is the V-neck too. They're super, super comfortable. They almost feel like...
They're like that jersey fabric.
Yeah, they are. And they're stretchy. So they're really comfortable. And they're
very
true
soft.
Size. Yeah, let me say that. They are true to size.
And the Infusible Ink actually stretches with it. Like, I don't know if you saw on the live earlier.
Giving you my shirt.
But, yes, girl. Y'all don't want to know what's going on behind the camera.
So, straight off the body.
Harley will literally give you the shirt off.
The shirt off her back to educate you guys. This is Team Cricut and the heart that they put in, right? So, I mean, there's
no crack. And that's what vinyl does sometimes is that it'll crack. And there is no feel to this.
And that's the seamless that Team Cricut was
teasing
you with. Yes.
On the bottom and on the side.
Size large.
Thanks, guys.
That's all it says on the inside. So it's 95 poly and 5% spandex.
That's why it's so soft.
Yeah. Which also kind of makes me think it's not going to shrink. Because there's no cotton in it.
Right.
Yeah, super soft.
Yeah, that's a good to know.
Just throwing that out
if you want a sheep on showing
here.
Other questions. Can you explain why this is not sublimation?
Right. So sublimation, you are using a printer to print out your design and put it onto a shirt. This is not sublimation because you are getting sheets that are rolled up in a box, ready to go. This is ink that is being infused into the material. Can you take that part? You explained that part to me at lunch really well about the ink.
Yeah, so the ink is actually already on the transfer sheet, and Cricut's product team has designed this to work so well with your Cricut cutting machine. So just like we've trained you all and you've used iron-on and vinyl, it has that same liner so you can cut your designs and just transfer it. Whereas with sublimation, you do need a printer with the sublimation ink so that you can, super
and it
expensive.
Is not nearly as vibrant.
Right.
Ever as vibrant.
Yeah, so Cricut has done it again where the product managers and the entire team have brought this industrial process and put it on our home desktop. And if you haven't watched Ashish's live from this morning, he explains that all so well on the live video.
On the official Cricut website or Facebook,
And you can even see side by side how the sheets look before you even press them versus how vibrant they are and all the colors pop once that heat has been applied.
Right. And I think there's 27 different sheets. Like there are patterns.
There's 27 different SKUs, but some of them include pattern blank, pattern sheets, and then also solid colors.
Right. Yeah.
So some of them are 4 packs and some are 2.
The interesting thing that we talked about at Member Care is a lot of people will wonder where the color white is. We're not launching with the color white because white is actually your negative space in this process.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're wondering why there isn't a white, it's because
All the blanks are white. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But if Brittany, our social education, y'all, I don't know. It's written behind me because I never remember this.
She's the social education manager.
Yeah, you guys will see. This is one of the prints.
And this is the pattern one.
Yeah. So I see a lot of questions with you guys as I'm scrolling through trying to help the group. How do I use pattern vinyl? What would I use pattern vinyl for? Now you have your answer.
Well, and if you saw Carly's, hers was a solid color, and so it's just as cute in a solid or in a pattern.
Right.
And there were a couple demonstrations this morning. You're like, of even layering on top of the Infusible inks, and then using HTV, and you can even incorporate the pens on these as well.
It's a whole entire ecosystem.
Yes.
And you can use every bit of that ecosystem, and it complements each other. So, all right. Now, as far as prices go, you guys, these are affordable. We are not throwing $1,000 product at you. The best part about this is that we understand here at Cricut that you are single moms, that you are people trying to make an income for your family. You may be doing this as a full-time business, and that is wonderful. We absolutely want to help and support you do that. So these are absolutely affordable for everybody. And so I think I have a product list. Ken's Creations this morning, he went live on YouTube, and I was able to grab a screenshot of the pricing. It is super affordable, and I will include that in the comments after we finish this live.
One last question before we wrap up.
Yeah.
What about the pens and the markers?
Oh my God!
They're amazing. They're amazing.
You guys know that I draw my own SVGs, right? When we did this for testing, if you guys remember, we had a meeting and we got to play with this, and I couldn't tell you guys that at the time. I've been holding a secret for so long.
Me too.
And if anybody knows me, I don't hold secrets well, and I actually did it. I cannot believe I did it. Yes.
We did it.
So what's neat is that I was able to draw, and here's a trick. This was not taught by Cricut, but this is what I did. You do it on copy paper, so it's thin. You use the laser copy paper. I drew out my design. I flipped it. I traced my design, and then it is mirrored and it's ready to press.
Yep.
So you can also use any design in Cricut Design Space. They have, if you will go in Cricut Design Space and just type the word draw in the images, you can find all kinds of drawing images, or you can color in your own. So this is a great project for kids if they love I don't know, if they love certain projects.
I was thinking
color book.
for Father's Day, because my sisters live all over the nation, so I'll have each of them send me a drawing from the kids, then I can mirror it and then put it on a coaster for my dad. So you don't even have to send the pens to them. They can just send you the artwork and you can do it.
Yeah. And one thing that I learned is that you don't have to use the markers. I do have a YouTube video on this. You don't have to use the markers just for the coasters. You can use the markers. Y'all, it's just a piece of paper. And you can press it onto the shirt or the tote or any other of the blanks. Yeah. And that is amazing.
So, really, if you just wanted to kind of get your feet wet in these projects, you could buy the markers, buy some blanks, and just have copy paper.
Or you could just buy it all.
You could.
You got to. You just got to buy it all.
Because you can draw with or without your machine.
Yes.
If you love to freehand draw.
Yeah.
Or maybe
that's a really good idea.
Maybe if not so much, you want to find those Cricut Access. There's a multitude, and more are being added all the time. Yeah. I have some designs coming out in Cricut Access. Just gonna put that out there. But no, and so
quite a lot of questions on your copy paper. Why does it have to be laser copy paper? Do you remember why? Vibrancy and laser copy paper can there's a higher heat point that it can withstand.
Oh, yeah, I didn't realize that. Okay,
so with most laser toner printers, you heat up your paper when you're printing it. Yeah. With inkjet printers, the ink is just going on top, so it doesn't need to have that high retention heat point. So with the laser copy paper, it will withstand high heat and will not bleed as much.
Awesome. Yeah. And so let me just real quick tell you this, you guys. There's a question about the butcher paper. Can you reuse that? You can reuse it as long as you don't have any bleed or inks on it, but they do recommend just one per project, and that's just to keep that from bleeding onto the others. Now, when I did my markers, I absolutely had bleeding, so I knew that I could not use that piece of butcher paper again. Does that make sense?
And there's butcher paper included in every single package of the sheets of ink.
Right. And another quick question that I wanted to address is, can you use the same transfer twice? The answer is you can if you want okay, so they told me not to. When I was reading my instructions, because you don't want ghosting or marbling. When I read that, I was like,
but what if I
that's really cool. I might want that. Yeah. So if you want that distressed look, that is another way to do that. Yeah. They are meant to use one time, but you can use them more than once if you want that kind of faded, grungy vibe.
Vintage
feel.
All
right. Cool. So if you guys have any more questions, I will be sure to go through and answer those. You guys, we have a huge launch event tonight, and be sure to hashtag Infusible Ink on any post that you make, we have a giveaway coming up. And so I want you to go ahead, get on top of that, start screenshotting from the event. I will be live. Do any screenshots that you like, and I will tell you what to do with those later in order to win some Infusible Ink of your own.
Should we tell them when they're coming out?
Oh, yep.
So June 16th, available for pre-sale online at michaels.com. And then on June 21st, you'll be able to buy them in stores.
So you can order them and then tell your husband you got them for him for Father's Day.
Yes. Or if you need a disclaimer, just write me an email and I will say, congratulations, you were a winner from Cricut Craft Life. You have one from Michaels. Yeah, just kidding. I don't want to get you in trouble. So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Megan, Brittany, and Carly. We are so happy to answer your questions, and we cannot wait to see you at the event tonight. Bye, guys.